Hello folks, hope you're doing well. It's a bit of a rainy, sunny day today. Well, 1 minute it's raining, next minute it's sunny. Yeah, that's okay, it's good for the ducks. And good for the grass as well, yeah. That's cool. I haven't got any grass. Not in my area. Well, I have actually. There's grass growing. I've got a little stony area and there's grass growing there now. So it's like, oh, you're not supposed to be there, grass, but there you go. No worries. Well, okay, I'm going to go back to the comment I made in the last video to start this one. And yeah, this is where the subject of this one has come from. I said in the last one that in that song, I Will, where it says the first bit, I'm so confused, I know I heard you loud and clear, so I followed through. I said that was, for me, relating to the stand. It wasn't. Well, not initially. Because to me, that would be relating to identifying Mrs. B. So that's what I refer to her as now. Mrs. B would do. As the woman that I wrote about 11 to 12 years ago. And that she would be my wife. And that's what I believe that God was telling me. Because when I was speaking to God about things, He was speaking to me about that. Although at no point in time, certainly early on, at no point in time did He actually say that she'd be my wife. No, those words never actually came out of God's mouth. However, when I spoke with Him about what the relationship should look like, yes, there was stuff coming back from God as well, not just me. So, because when I did the video saying, I was able to stand on it, even though every time I saw her, it was negative, it was bad, and very bad. I was still able to stand because there were so many things that just looked right. It just looked like it was a certainty that it was God. And what this video is about is, during that time, I would say certainly during I would say when I understood that we're supposed to be in relationship with Father. Well, actually going back before that, actually, I suppose. After the second time in LL, I think. After I heard you already, after that point in time, I was testing more, stepping out in faith. Believing that God has said something, so you stand on it. And, okay, next time believing that God says something else, so you stand on it. And, all of those things up to now have been, no, nothing happened. What I believed would happen didn't happen. Oh, things happened, but not what I believed would happen. And so this is about addressing that, I suppose. So, as I said before, God will allow you to believe that He said something and stand on something. And stand on that thing because you believe He said. Now, that can be bloody frustrating. Been there, yeah. The amount of times I've really had a go at God saying, excuse me, I've asked you time and time again, was that you? And I heard nothing. What I did hear occasionally is, yes. I said that. Sort of thing. And, well, clearly it didn't, if it didn't happen. So, a little bit of help, please. And what God was basically doing was saying to me, well, you need to be trained. If you're going to stand, if you're going to walk in faith or stand, then you need to know how. It's not about getting it right. It's about learning how to. Once you learn how to, you can learn how to do it right. But you have to learn how to first, because of course we started off being of the world, where generally speaking, you don't stand in faith on anything. Really, do you? You can stand in faith that where someone has given you their word, you can trust them and stand in faith on that. But generally speaking, we learn from the world that we can't rely upon that, don't we? Yeah, because people's words depends upon whether you're around the right people. If you're around the right people, then their words should be quite good. If you're around the wrong people, then you can't trust anything they say. So we learn not to trust in that. So many people in the church are unwilling to make mistakes. The problem is, if you're not willing to make mistakes, you will not move. You will stay in the same location. You will not move. Because as soon as you move, there's a chance you're going to make a mistake. There's a chance even moving right now is a mistake. But that's the point. I mean, I had a kip earlier, and because of the sleep apnea, I just haven't been sleeping well at all, probably for months. My sleep has got worse. But anyway, when I sort of lay down, I understood something that I was speaking to God about a few things, and suddenly, boom, a bit of understanding came to me that when you fall, every time you get up from falling, you're now a different person. Because you've learned something from that. So you never rise the same as who you were when you fell. And that is fantastic. That is just beautiful, because that means that when you make a mistake, you grow. Yeah. And as I say, that song is so bloody true. Yeah. Yeah, when it says, I know you're good, but this don't feel good right now. Yeah, I've been there. And when it says, it's hard to count it all joy. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, and I can tell you now, it really is hard to be in those situations, but I can also say it is a case that the further you fall, or the harder you fall, the more you're going to learn from it. So the more a different person you become. So is it worth it? It doesn't look like it when you're in it, that's a certainty. But when you come out of it, you realise, woof, that was incredible. That was a ride. Yeah, I mean, those of you who like, to go to fun parks and go on rides, yeah, you want to go on a journey with God. I tell you now, on a journey of growth, yeah, you want that. Because during it, it's going to be horrible. Yeah, there will be horrible parts to it. Yeah. Yeah, but there will be beautiful parts as well. Well, as I said, I used to do audios for this woman. For this person. Well, for this wife. As I say, I mean, who I thought this person was never who she was. So, it wasn't about her. But when I was doing these audios, the amount of stuff I learned for it. Yeah, the amount of therapy I got through talking over the issues. And every time I fell, I do audios about that. Talking to her about, where I was, how it felt, and, how difficult it was at the moment. But generally speaking, either that audio or the next one, I was able to get out. I was able to stand up again. Because I was talking it through, I was understanding it, and more than often, God would then come in and, help me to see what it was I needed to see to be able to stand up. So it was often talking about it that was the helpful thing. Well, basically, you've got to find a way that helps you. That helped me. I didn't have people. If you have people, then great. I don't have people. So, speaking to this future wife on audios and describing things to her about what I was going through, so that maybe in the future it could help her, that she could learn from that, that was something that was helpful to me, doing that. And the reason why God wanted me to do all those audios wasn't for her, because she wasn't going to be my wife, was she? It was for me, because it was a way of me being helped. And as I say, even though there were times when I was doing the audios that God actually suddenly something come out of my mouth that I've no idea where that came from. And it was wisdom, it was truth, it was something that sort of blew my mind, thinking, wow, okay. That must be from God, because that's incredible. That's opened up understanding massively. And it was just occasionally. That would happen. Beautiful. But that helped me. What's going to help you? I don't know. But this is the thing, is that, you need to find, there will be people in your life that you can talk to about anything. That's why I've said before in videos I've done about identify who your true friends are. Identify those people who will be there for you no matter what. Absolutely and totally no matter what. Because those are the people you can talk to about anything. Okay, I've mentioned before about Rob. I know Rob isn't that person for me. He isn't. I can't talk to him about everything. Alistair was the same. Rob and Alistair, certainly in the past, Rob was very, very, very similar to Alistair. Unless what you were bringing was nice and it was fluffy and it was a blessing to him, he didn't want it. Oh no, he didn't want it. He didn't want any of that. He wanted the nice stuff. He wanted the stuff that you could go, oh well, that was nice. That was a nice phone call. Anything that was difficult, or he didn't want that. Now what I'm saying is, you want people who are going to be okay with that, who are going to understand that it's a blessing to them to be able to help you to go through your journey. Anyone who doesn't see that is not worthy of you going to them. Not at all. This is the point. All that robbing is himself of a blessing, because if you're able to help someone to go through a journey where they're going to have a far, far better relationship with God, then you get a blessing out of that. You might even learn so much for your own life out of that as well. But when you basically say to people, no, I only want positive. Positive according to what? According to world, not according to God, because according to God, positive can be that you go to hell and back in the space of 2 days and you have a horrendous experience. But that for God is positive, because that's going to bring you to a position where God can do so much more through you and in you in the future. So anyone who sees that they only want positive, they don't want that. No, because that's going to bring their life down a bit, isn't it? If they let it happen. But as I say, anyone who sees that it's a positive for them to be there and help you on your journey, even if you've gone through hell and back, even if you're going through something that is truly horrendous, that person who's helping you is going to be blessed by that. Because that's the point. If you help someone, if you share the burden with somebody, if you take a bit of their weight off them and you carry that for a bit, you get the blessing. You get an incredible blessing from God for doing that. if you've got people in your life who will do that, then yeah, those are the people who you go to. But really, anyone who won't do that, understand who they are, understand what they are in your life, and they're not really friends. No. A friend is someone who will be there for you and will have your back. Yeah, it's not just someone who will have your back when things are going well, because when things are going really, really well, do you need someone to have your back? The only time you really need someone to have your back is when things are going badly. If that person won't have your back, they're not a friend. Simple as that. They may be a Christian brother or sister, but they're not a friend. They're not someone you can rely upon. So if you're going on a journey, if God is taking you on a journey, know who the people are that you can rely upon. Because if you go to the people you can't rely upon, yeah, you're going to slip even further. Because if you're looking at reality and you can see something quite bad, and then you go to people to help you, and those people basically tell you to F off, then you see that, and that's added now to what you could previously see. And that's going to make it harder for you to get up. Right? Yeah, aren't I glad I didn't have that? Yeah. And I didn't. I didn't have any of that. Yeah. All of my sort of friendships, God made sure that there was none of them available during that 8 months. None of them at all. During that time I was going on a stand, none of them were available. You know, so, yeah. Although I did go over to see Rob and Bianca when they were up here. Yeah. That was near the end of it. That was about a month away from the end of it, I think, yeah. But, yes. Yeah. It is what it is. So for me, you know, my situation, my friend was God. That's it. My relationship was Father. And my way of dealing with it was, you know, doing audios for this person who didn't exist. But being able to speak outwardly about what was going on and discuss it, through discussing it, I was able to understand where I was and how to get out of it, which was really useful. So what's going to help with you? I don't know. That really is for God to show you. And He will. But, yeah. Certainly, if you want to be in a position where God can use you in the future, you've got to be willing to make mistakes. You've got to be willing to fall. If you're not willing to make mistakes and to fall, then you can't be used. You're absolutely and completely useless to God. Because He can't mould you, He can't train you. Yeah, because your understanding is, you know, danger. You don't want to be near danger. So, well, if you're going to be used by God in the future, you're going to have to walk through some incredibly dangerous and nasty situations. If you can't deal with the mild ones now, if you're not willing to go through them now, you're not going to be able to go through the bigger ones to help people in the future, are you? So, yeah. There are battles ahead, but anyone who's scared of being shot at, stay home, basically. That's it, really, isn't it? But you take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.